Okay, hello everybody. Today's date is August 20th, 2017. It's Saturday. No, I'm sorry, it's the 19th. Sorry. Okay, so it's August 19th, 2017. I'm in San Diego, California, and I live in La Jolla. I strongly suggest you stay with this entire video. Now, before I get into the subject matter, I'm going to make a couple fast statements. If you are a regular follower of this channel, you'll know why they're being made. If not, just pay attention and you'll understand as I continue to talk. Now, I am an activist concerning the crime that is known as gang stalking, and this crime also goes by other names like organized stalking, cause stalking, revenge stalking. It goes by two main names though, and the two main names that it goes by is organized stalking and gang stalking. Now, as a result of being a victim of this crime, I was intentionally made homeless by the perpetrators of this crime of me in Michigan. Now, this is a nationwide up and operating organized crime syndicate in the government at every state, county, city, and local level. It's all over the internet, being exposed by tens of thousands of Americans and millions worldwide, because this is actually also an international crime. Gang stalking is not stalking by gangs. It's the name of a crime that even the perpetrators gave. In other words, that the perpetrators literally made up the name of the crime. Now, this crime has been covered on national radio shows. It's been covered on local news broadcasts. Okay, I have even been on national radio shows multiple times. So if you want to witness most of the links that are dedicated to the separate, numerous national radio shows that I've been on, you can go to my blog, which is attached to my Twitter account. My Twitter account is at HIGGINSGGGG. That's one word. Exposing Truth is the name of the account. So as a result of being made homeless in Michigan, I was intentionally made homeless by the perpetrators of this crime towards me in Michigan. And I got sick of being homeless in 30-degree below weather. So I then came to San Diego. And I have been subject to gang stalking methods along every single one of my routes, every single day, nonstop, and to all wooded areas that I have lived at. I even massively exposed that fact on the 9/17/2013 Ground Zero show that I was on. Again, those national radio shows that I have been on, their separate links are incorporated within my blog. Now, fellow American citizens, I want you to pay very close attention to what I state. Let me just find my hat real fast because my head's getting cold. I got a haircut, so when you got short hair, your head tends to get a little cold. All right, so listen to what I state in this video. Now, if this video stops at any point before I get done, before I say thank you for listening, have a good day, still research what I stated up to that point and research what I pasted in the title of this Periscope video, because I have been kicked off Periscope before, right in the middle of live broadcast. Okay, so I just want to bring that to your attention as well. Now, what is incorporated and pasted within the title of this Periscope video is a YouTube URL link. All you got to do is write down the characters and then type them in at your search engine, your URL address bar, hit enter, and you will bring up a YouTube video of a video that Metropolitan Transportation Service sent me back in 2011. Hold on. All right, now Metropolitan Transportation Service is a public transportation service here in San Diego. They run trolleys and buses. Now that video, when you look at that video and look at it closely, it is the actual video that MTS sent me. There is no way, even if I had my own desktop computer with a sophisticated Photoshop program, I still could not have altered that video, because of the format the video is taped in on the buses. And you'll understand that when you see the video, because the video has got either 9 or 12 squares. Each square shows sections of the bus. There's no way that video can be altered by a citizen. Okay, that is the actual video that MTS sent me. Okay, and it's altered. MTS altered it. They initially altered it because they were trying to, I believe that they initially altered it because they were trying to hide what the perpetrator was doing with his left hand 5 minutes before the assault. When they seen they couldn't do that, they just said, well, screw this, and we'll just shorten it down to 2 minutes. And that's exactly what they did. Now, you'll notice how it's altered by and through listening carefully to the following instructions, and then I'll get onto the subject matter. When you look at that assault video, notice what side of the bus that the back door is on in the assault video. You will also notice what side. You will also note what side of the bus that the rail that holds the mirror on, that is supposed to be on the same side as the back door, okay? And notice what direction the mirror is facing. Now, why am I telling you to do this? Because when you go to YouTube and you type in San Diego man dies on MTS bus, and you bring that video up, compare where the back door is on that video in reference to where it's at on the assault video. Compare where the rail is at on that video in reference to where it's at on the assault video, and look at what direction that the mirror is facing in that video in reference to where it's positioned, what way it's facing in the assault video. Also, you will notice in the assault video that me and the individual who assaulted me are sitting on the opposite side of the bus in the assault video in reference to where we were actually sitting at the day of the assault. There are also individuals that are not on the bus in the video, the assault video, that were actually on the bus. So, fellow American citizens, do you really honestly think for 1 minute that an assault victim is going to forget where they were sitting at on a bus right before they got assaulted? I don't think so. Also know this, an individual by the name of Eric Pearson, who is a professor in communications. He specializes in media, and visual images. He saw the video in 2012 and posted it to a website called First Post. Before I ever had a chance to meet him, I was banned from USD, where I went there to use their computers in their library. Now, that was a staged event. I was sitting in, just hear me out, okay? You can go to, at any time, you can go to YouTube, Google and extensively research universities in gang stalking. Then you can go to Google and type in libraries in gang stalking. Look at how many Google generated responses come up from each one of those descriptions, okay? Yeah, and then research what comes up pertaining to each description. Then go back to Google and type in university police in gang stalking. And I think you'll start to understand. See, what the system is doing is using the system, okay, to perpetrate these criminal realities by labeling targets as being a threat to themselves or others, mentally ill, a social deviant, or a criminal, and then intentionally and criminally putting 100% completely everyday ordinary citizens on these types of notifications, okay, so they can be criminally used in order to achieve criminal motivations. And you'll understand that as I continue to talk and as you research this crime. Like, you can go to Google and type in the community notification and gang stalking, the violent persons registry and gang stalking. You can also research the YouTube video Listen to a Stranger to see how easy it is to dupe anybody to do anything for an individual who has a position, a appearing position of authority. Okay. You can also go to Google and type in the police and gang stalking. Okay. Now, this is a crime that is extremely, extremely intrusive. It's very, very, in reference to not only just how it operates, but all the covert partnerships that the organized crime in the system colludes with. Okay, they are involved in hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of criminal motivations, every crime that you can think of and ones you can't. Make no mistake about it. Now, let me get back to USD for a second here. When I was sitting in USD library, it was, I think, on May 21st, 2012. It was around 7 o'clock. And it was due to be, it was right at the time where they were doing finals, so the library was going to be open all night. And I fell behind in things I was doing on a computer. So I thought to myself, well, I'm sitting here all alone. The library started emptying. It was finals. The last semester, they allowed me to stay all night. Nothing happened. So I walked up to the library desk and I said, is it okay if I stay all night to do my computer work as long as I'm not doing nothing wrong? They said, yeah, it's okay. They literally said, yeah, it's okay. And I caught them on tape saying it. So at about 7 o'clock, I made a video at the computer console at the library. And I stated, I showed on the video, I made a video showing the computer screen which showed the time. I also stated the date in the video. I said, I'm in USD library right now. Let's see if anything happens towards me here that causes me to be banned. and 3 hours later I was banned as a result of a staged complaint. Do you think that's an accident? Minding my own business, not doing a damn thing wrong. Literally just sitting in front of a computer, literally minding my own business. Okay? So, and the reason why that occurred is because they knew I was whistleblowing about the gang stalking of me on USD campus for over a year. So they just waited until the library emptied, where there wouldn't be a lot of witnesses, and then staged this bullshit complaint. Have you ever heard that old lame excuse that the police will say they got an anonymous call? Okay. All right, hold on a second. Now, anyways, that's not what this video is about. The point being is that you can go to Google at any time and research public transportation and gang stalking. You can go to Google and type in bus drivers and gang stalking. You can also go to Google and type in transit police and gang stalking, and thoroughly and meticulously research it, and also research these descriptions to organized stalking as well, because you will get a lot of information that comes up from both of those pertaining to both of those terms. Now, I have literally seen blogs on the internet from women in the UK, the United Kingdom, online making comments and posts concerning bus drivers being directly involved in the gang stalking of her in the United Kingdom. Absolutely. Absolutely. Make no mistake. In fact, you could Google it and probably find her comment. Hold on a minute. Now, you got to remember also, universities, businesses, corporations, even the government behaves. They behave as a corporation, meaning that the government, organized crime, businesses, libraries, okay, and public transportation services are run like corporations, meaning that the only thing they care about is their bottom line and protecting the crimes they engage in. Okay. Have you ever seen, like, when a business or a corporation makes a mistake that they shouldn't have made, and it's later discovered that they made it because they were trying to save money? And so what they'll do is they'll turn around, they'll use the media and try and claim that, well, our first and top priority is the safety of our customers and the environments that they shop in. In other words, they put some tart on the radio or on the TV, and she'll make these generalized statements, okay, and expect the public to digest that after they've been caught red-handed. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because that is the type of professional type of appearance that they intentionally project in order to, and don't think that these places don't have power over the media as well. Absolutely. You know, the media is even literally exposed in the book called Cost Stalking by David Lawson. Okay, the media is even flat out exposed as being some of their employees have been exposed in that book as being connected to gang stalking crimes. And some of the news broadcasts that have covered gang stalking, it appears that the reporters and the actual news broadcast, okay, attempted to try to portray gang stalking victims as being crazy. Because if something's being reported that organized crime in the system at the federal, state, and county level that's working as a networking operating syndicate, okay, if they see that, because their crimes are exploding, eventually this shit's going to have to answer for itself, because the public might be naive. They might be a little bit uneducated concerning certain things when it comes to the government and media, but they are starting to wake up. You understand what I'm saying? Okay, back in the day, like back in the 60s and the 70s and the 80s and stuff like that, everybody was, you know, we believed in the police. We were told to respect authority. We were raised that way. You know, respect authority. I remember to this day, and I don't know how this seems, you know, I don't know how this sounds to you, how this is coming across to you, but when I grew up, you know, we were out in front of the house playing foursquare and baseball, and then it was time for dinner, and then everybody went inside for the night, and we'd sit in front of the TV and watch All in the Family and the Waltons and the national news. And we digested everything the national news said because we didn't know enough back then to know that 6 corporations own the entire media in the United States, including all the affiliates. So they're told what to say. I bet you don't know the State Department has influence over what gets broadcasted as well. Absolutely. So when gang stalking is ever marginally covered on the local news in reference to how, yes, it's covered, but also part of that same news broadcast will try to portray the target as being crazy. Who do you think's controlling that? I mean, think about what I'm saying here. Like, for instance, I'm going to say something right now that's going to blow your mind, but understand this and know. when I get done stating it and you get done watching this, at any time you can go to Google and type it in, and you'll see that it's online with hundreds of other books. And before I say it, understand this and know this as well. Ex-CIA scientists and ex-NSA whistleblowers are all over the internet exposing what is happening to gang stalking victims. Now, I suppose that's an accident. Okay? I suppose that all these ex-NSA workers, all these ex-CIA scientists, like, for instance, William Benny, Catherine Stewart, Robert Duncan. What I was going to say earlier, a second ago, is that you can go to Google and type in the book Remote Brain Targeting, okay, by Renee Pittman. I had to think for a second if that was the actual name. Now, that's got to do with practically almost every single page in that book has non-stop listings of patents of technologies that are being used on gang stalking victims, which absolutely encompasses neurological and biological and physiological torture every day. Every day. Every day. And if you don't believe me, check this out. And I know this might seem a little bit off the subject matter in reference to an altered MTS assault video that was a staged assault, and SDPD did falsify the police report. But I want you to listen to me for a minute. Okay? You can go to YouTube when you get done watching this, and you can type in Timothy W. Bioethics Issues. I'll repeat that. You can go to YouTube, and you can type in Timothy W. Bioethics Issues. And what that is that's one individual, okay, of hundreds of videos that are online, and each video has at least anywhere between 3 to 7 targets testifying before this Bioethics Commission that President Obama initiated. Every single one of those victims, hundreds of videos, and each video has at least 3 victims. Every single one of those videos, show each of the victims getting up and talking about how they're being gang stalked and how they're being tortured and experimented on. Now, do you really honestly think, and check this out, on 8/14/2014, just 5 days ago, on the Ground Zero show with Clyde Lewis, okay, that show marginally covered gang stalking again. And some of the weapons, the weapon that he was exposing, which the whole show was about, psychotronics, is all over the internet to be directly connected to gang stalking. And gang stalking was mentioned about 5 times in the show. Now, the subject matter of the show had to do with a video that I had already had made in this Periscope account 2 months ago, which you can go to and watch by finding it. That video has CERN and HARP in the title of it within this account. Now, the reason why I'm bringing all this up, fellow American citizens, is because gang stalking, part of this crime, entails, in reference to what the perpetrators do to their victims, is they engage in cyber surveillance of all the targeted individuals' internet activity, whether it's the internet activity they engage in on their phone or computers or at libraries or at universities, at Wi-Fi and coffee shops. That can be Googled as well. Absolutely, it's all over the internet, being exposed by tens of thousands of people all over the world. Absolutely, directly connected to this crime, meaning that they can see if a target individual, is looking up and preparing to go to lawyers. Now, they're dealing with a target, me, that they know has at least 5,000 separate audio files of non-stop, identical to a T, repeated criminal harassment, and in the last 2 years, it's been vile sexual harassment. Identically perpetrated, repeated, everywhere I go, every day. Now, do you honestly think that they don't know that I wear a tape recorder when I have told every single police officer that it's been in my presence that they're being taped? I've made hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of videos that are all over the internet. These perpetrators even created a blog account and posted my videos in them, which I clearly discussed on the Ground Zero show on 9/01/2015. That link is in my blog as well. Okay? Absolutely. Which is a method of gang stalking, where the actual perpetrators will create blogs, and then post and put in their blogs a video a target makes, and then they turn around and call the target crazy. That's an absolute method of gang stalking. So if you don't think you don't know I got videos online, think again. Okay, I even exposed that when I called up the Ground Zero show on 9/01/2015. That radio show's link is in my blog. Now, when you Google gang stalking and cyber surveillance, you're going to see that it's exposed by, there's millions of websites that are going to come up. Look at the amount of Google generated responses that come up. You're clearly going to be able to see, even a Santa Cruz police officer, Lieutenant Larry Richards. You can go to YouTube and you can type in gang stalking and bullying on steroids, where it's covered on the news. Even Lieutenant Larry Richards of the Santa Cruz Police Department flat out stated that this crime has reached into the cyber world. Okay, so fellow American citizens, do you honestly think little maggots don't know that I'm preparing to go to a lawyer? Every time in 3 states that I have prepared to go to lawyers, by and through looking up lawyers online, in 3 states, I've either been arrested, assaulted, ticketed, forced to move, or a combination of all 4. Every single time. That's no accident. And gang stalking operates by and through a template of behaviors. Now, in closing, I want you to, because this is like a tidbit video, a video I decided to make for a lawyer that I'll eventually show to a lawyer. Okay, but I want you to listen to another thing I'm stating here. Yesterday, I incorporated a bunch of 2008 emails into my blog as a result of printing them out at a UPS store and then scanning them onto a and then copying them to a USB drive, downloaded it to my computer, and then put it in my blog as a PDF link. You'll see it. It's one of the first Gmail PDF links that is at the top of my blog, which is attached to the profile of my Twitter account, which is at HIGGINSGGGG. Okay? I want you to listen closely to what I'm stating. Well, for one, every single email account that I have ever created since this open campaign started towards me in 2002 has been hacked, manipulated. All blogs have been manipulated. Okay, they've even went as far as going into my YouTube account and literally typing in things in the descriptions of my videos. Okay, they did that to all of my U of M videos pertaining to me reporting that I'm a gang stalking victim in Michigan to U of M campus police. Everything that's in the descriptions of those YouTube videos, they put in there. Absolutely. Now, I want you to listen closely to what I'm saying here. There's about 9 pages, okay, of at least 4 emails, okay, from an email account that was created back in 2006, 7, 8, and 9, okay, that I periodically put things in and had to switch from using that one to another one because I kept noticing it was being hacked all the time. So just hear me out. In these emails, it flat out shows me stating that they're attempting to stage events at U of M Dearborn, Michigan in order to use these complaints in order to ban me. These emails clearly show the date on them, 2008. Do you understand? I literally described in these emails that were made in 2008, the printed out emails where you can literally see the date, literally states that I'm being harassed at U of M, and I believe there's a great probability as a result of what I was seeing and hearing, that there's a great probability, and experiencing, that there's a great probability that they're going to try and stage an event, even with witnesses, and use that event as a normal appearing reason to ban me. Now, this was in reference to the gang stalking I was enduring nonstop in U of M library on Dearborn, Michigan campus. Okay? Now, I want you to listen to what I'm saying here. On, what day was it? November 20th, 2013, I caught on a running recording tape recorder, as it was recording live, I caught a UCSD library security officer at UCSD in the Geisel Library, openly admitting that a staged complaint can cause me to be banned. Now, gang stalking was caught massively in the Biomedical Library and in the Geisel Library. Also in the Price Center and at Club Med Restaurant. Okay, which is a little restaurant on UCSD campus. Now, the gang stalking that I caught on over 1,500 audio files at UCSD is the same exact identical to a T harassment that I've caught on at least 1,000 audio files occurring around me, concerning me on all MTS bus routes, 99.8%, okay, and all trolley routes. It's the same exact identical harassment that the San Diego prosecutors and public defenders were openly caught doing and saying, them being caught on tape on my tape recorder. So at any time you can go to YouTube and you can type in learning disabled woman catches San Diego prosecutors and public defenders repeating gang stalk, suck my dick. Now, there's already hundreds of videos all over the internet exposing me stating that I was enduring that at wooded areas and at UCSD and on MTS bus routes. YouTube videos have published dates, baby case, and when I made the video concerning the San Diego prosecutors and public defenders getting caught, it clearly shows my tape recorder, and the tape recorder shows the date and time they were caught, because the audio of them being caught, okay, is played as I'm making the video, while the video camera is showing the tape recorder, while the tape recorder is reflecting the date and time. Now, the YouTube video is exposing MTS, me stating that I was enduring this all over on MTS bus routes, different bus routes, okay, on UCSD campus and at wooded areas, were already on the internet. In fact, on the 9/17/2013 Ground Zero show, I flat out state to the entire American population, because that is a nationwide radio show. I flat out stated that they set up individuals to camp out about 100 feet away from me who are constantly yelling, gang stalk, oh my God, weird and crazy. That's what they were doing back then. Now they're saying gang stalk and suck my you-know-what. Okay? I flat out stated it right out in the open, for the entire American population was hearing it, because it's a nationwide show. Okay, so once I stated that on that nationwide show, that became isolated in date and time. It's been caught on thousands of audio files since. Now, do you honestly think the perpetrators who are propping this up, that are in the system, don't know I got this tape recorder? Of course they do. So they know that I'm preparing to go to lawyers through cyber surveillance, so they're going to stage an event towards me, either at a wooded area, or at a bus stop, or on a bus route, okay, or at a trolley station or trolley route, okay, or at a business or a public library. I guarantee it. Anybody at any time can Google the name of any 10 well-known businesses to gang stalking. Case in point, can you bring up anything? Anybody exposing Taco Bell, McDonald's, Burger King, Sports Authority, Sears, you name it. Name any 10, Walmart. Oh my God, Walmart, like you would not believe. Absolutely. They're all over the internet being exposed. Starbucks. I've been gang stalked to 2 Starbucks here in La Jolla. Absolutely. And there are individuals online right now exposing MTS and UCSD and Starbucks, other gang stalking victims. I've seen the comments on the woman who's running the Stop OR Gang Stalking .com's blog. I've seen 3 comments that were posted on her blog back in 2013 or 14. So when you go into her blog, over to the left is a column that shows different months. Excuse me, please. Look for all the comments that were made on her blog within the year of 2013, and you will see individuals got on her blog and made comments on her blog within that calendar year exposing UCSD, Starbucks, and MTS. I also noticed a victim that came from New York on her way to Oregon, Rachel O'Brien, okay, exposed UCSD and MTS bus route 41, which you catch at UCSD. And I caught gang stalking on bus route 41 myself, probably at least on 100 audio files. Now, MTS is a corporation, and it's going to behave like one. MTS is involved in gang stalking. They know they are. They're nothing but lying criminals. They will lie right through their teeth, smile while they're doing it, try to attempt to act professional as they're doing it, okay, and try to set me up by propping up little dummies, mindless idiots around me at bus stops and on bus routes and at trolley stations and on trolley routes, okay, who will stage a complaint, and then they'll stage another one to act like a witness, okay, and then they'll point the finger at me, and then when the security walks by, okay, or they'll say they got a call, or a bus driver will say, well, oh, we've had 3 students complain about you, so we don't think it's safe we'd let you on the bus. You see how it operates? Even though I got on tape, literally, do I have on tape, literally, right now, any MTS bus driver saying, suck my dick? Do I? You gotta understand something here. Cyber surveillance is a method of gang stalking, so they know I'm looking up lawyers. They made me homeless. I caught it on tape, it happening here at this wooded area, where I'm at right now. Literally. Okay? So if they say I'm preparing to go to lawyers, all they got to do is stage an event in a wooded area or along my routes. Stage an event in a wooded area along my routes. Okay? Use that as a normal appearing reason to arrest me. Steal everything I got. Claim I never had it. And then call me crazy concerning it. And every single one of those methods is gang stalking. Do you understand? See, tape recorders don't lie. As a result, these tape recording audio file indisputably proves that businesses are being used, UCSD was used, SDSU was used, okay? The library's been used and caught, and MTS. That shows they're colluding together. That's criminal solicitation. It's conspiracy. Altering the MTS assault video is obstruction of justice, okay? And altering materials of discovery, which is evidence, is a felony. So do you honestly think they don't know they're involved in a crime? Do you understand? Of course they do. So all they have to do is say, all this evidence that I'm saying I got doesn't exist just by arresting me and stealing it. And if you don't think that police will not steal evidence, look, if they'll go as far as planting evidence on you, do you honestly think they won't steal it? So I strongly suggest you go to Google and type in the police and gang stalking. Okay? So, and I want you to also pay attention to this as well. And then I gotta go. The Ground Zero show that was 8/14/2017, just 5 nights ago, within the title of what the show was about, you can go to his website by going to Google and typing in Ground Zero Clyde Lewis. All right, I want you to listen carefully to this, but let me grab the cigarette first. All right, the Ground Zero show on 8/14/2017, which you can go to listen to by going to his website, by going to Google. Hold on a minute. By going to Google and typing in Ground Zero Clyde Lewis show. Once you type that in at Google and press enter, then what you want to do is click on his website. Once you click on his website and bring it up, you want to look at where it says listen now. That's positioned a little off from the center to the left. It's this little feature that says listen now. It goes horizontally. Click on that. When you click on that, a little menu will fall down. It's very simple to do. It doesn't even take 30 seconds to do this. Okay. Then click on listen now. A little menu falls down. Look for where it says listen on SoundCloud. Okay. Press that. Once you press that, a list of his archive shows, his past shows, will immediately come up. What you want to do is you want to scroll and listen to at least the August 14, 2017 show. And when you bring that show up by clicking on it, which is all you got to do, look at what this show's titled. Do you see Psychotronics in the name of the do you see Psychotronics in the name of the show? Do you? Okay. Well, gang stalking was mentioned 5 times that night in the show, and his guest, John Hall, is all over the internet exposing remote neural monitoring, gang stalking, and a lot of the technologies that are being used on gang stalking victims, which encompasses, okay, remote neural monitoring. And when you listen to what that show is about, pertaining to how specific types of technologies can be used to induce violent behaviors. You better listen to what I'm telling you. Ex-CIA scientists are all over the internet exposing this. So if this type of technology is being used on gang stalking victims, do you honestly think it cannot be used on a gang stalking victim in the middle of a staged event anywhere, including on a bus route, bus stop, trolley station, trolley route, so they can claim you're a threat to yourself or others, arrest you, steal all your evidence, put you in jail, okay, set you up to be assaulted in jail, okay, arrest you for that assault by blaming it on you, charge you with a felony, you get out, you can't reapply for social services or Social Security, and you end up human trafficked because you had no money to feed yourself. Do you understand? These are the literal, forward, structured, literal schemes of gang stalking. And if you don't believe me, maybe you can go to Google and type in jails and gang stalking, psychiatric wards and gang stalking, hospitals and gang stalking, police and gang stalking, remote neural monitoring and gang stalking, and how psychotronics and remote neural monitoring can induce rage and violent behavior. They're making millions off this shit. Absolutely, the prison industrial complex. And if you don't think that bus drivers are not involved in criminality, you wouldn't believe some of the low-life skanks that they got driving these buses out here. I mean, really pathetic looking slobs and psychos. Oh my God. And here's another just fast tidbit of information for you, fellow American citizens, and then I gotta go. At any time, you can go to Google and you can type in how a Ohio bus driver, okay, kidnapped 3 women in Ohio and kept them in his basement for a decade and used them as sex slaves. And if memory serves me correctly, all 3 of those young girls, when they were kidnapped, were customers of his, bus passengers. Okay? Absolutely. And gang stalking is directly connected to human trafficking. So do you honestly think that MTS, UCSD, okay, and these businesses want it to be known by an individual who's exposing the truth? Do you honestly think they want it to be known that their bus services are being used for these crimes? Do you? Of course not. So they'll prop up some tart. They'll prop up, if this ever out, they'll prop up some tart in a skirt. Or some dumbass, useful idiot in a tie. And they'll say, well, we're sorry Miss Williams feels this way. She must have some type of issues, and I hope she gets the help that she deserves. But we don't have any understanding or idea of what Miss Williams is claiming. We make sure that every single day that all of our transportation services are run, okay, in a healthy and safety environment, and we encourage all of our citizens to report any type of suspected criminal activity. Yet they'll alter an assault video, a staged assault. I predicted that assault 11 days before it occurred in an email file. That email was printed, scanned, and attached as a PDF link. It's in my blog. I also predicted that assault 20 minutes before I got on the bus. And SDPD falsified the police report about it. So don't think MTS is telling the truth. MTS is nothing but a bunch of criminal whores. It's all they'll ever be. It's all they are. Remember, I got audio evidence of these psychos. Absolutely. Absolutely. Make no mistake. I ain't got no reason to lie about this stuff. I don't have one. Why would I get... People don't get up one day and say to themselves, well, I'm gonna make a video and I'm gonna claim this person's doing that and I'm gonna claim this person's doing this. Human beings don't operate that way. They just don't operate that way. Unless you're maybe some kind of a psycho group that's out there causing trouble for no reason, like some of these psycho groups are now. I'm not like that. Okay, I'd rather be getting up every day and living my life and developing healthy friendships and maybe going back to school and continuing to be productive with my life. But instead, I'm forced to live in a fucking tent because of these psycho criminals who gang stalked me from Michigan to California. Because in my blog, there's videos showing me walking into U of M, Dearborn, Michigan, okay, and reporting that I'm being gang stalked. And there's also videos in my blog clearly showing the San Diego prosecutors and public defenders wide openly saying gang stalk, gang stalking, gang stalk, laughing, and then one says suck my dick. Caught right out in the open on tape, put in my blog. Now San Diego and the University of Michigan are 3,000 miles apart. That should immediately tell you right there that I was gang stalked from Michigan to San Diego and that I'm actually being gang stalked. And though they were caught on October 23rd, 2015. The Ground Zero show that I was on with Clyde Lewis clearly showing me state, okay, that the individuals set themselves up to hike out 100 feet away from me. We were constantly yelling gang stalk and oh my God, gang stalk, weird and crazy. Well, the San Diego prosecutors and public defenders were caught saying gang stalk, oh my God, gang stalking, gang stalk, laughing about it, and then saying suck my dick. They were caught almost 2 full years later in an environment 30 miles away from where I was at when I called the Ground Zero show. Think about what I'm telling you. So the 913 Ground Zero show link is in my blog as well. This is a lawyer video. My name is Leslie Williams. Let's see if I'm arrested for anything. Let's see if I'm accused for anything. Let's see if my phone gets jammed, especially if something happens, because they've done that before too. Okay, and then the phone automatically comes unjammed as soon as the police leave my presence. Like the Marion Bear Park event that occurred on 11/30/2015. That event was predicted 22 hours before it occurred in a tweet. All right, I got to go. I apologize I had to talk so fast in this video, but I ended up talking about a lot more than I planned on. Fellow American citizens, I don't feel too good today, so I'm going to let you go. Please research what I stated in this video, and you will see truth. The Periscope video I made 2 months ago that's got HAARP and CERN in the title of it talks about how specific technology can be used to induce violent behaviors during protests. And that's what the 8/14/2017 Ground Zero show was about with Clyde Lewis. I guess that video I made 2 months ago was about nothing. So I strongly suggest you start researching what I stated, what I state in my videos. All right, I literally got to go. Thanks for listening to me. This is a lawyer video, meaning that this video will be presented to a lawyer eventually. Thank you for listening, everybody, and have a great day, okay? Bye.